As a football player, Gary Fencik was this absolute assassin. He was one of the hitmen, absolutely fearless and fearsome player in the secondary of the Chicago Bears.
I don't know anyone who goes to Yale University with aspirations of playing professional football. It just doesn't happen.
Gary Fencik has a suburban upbringing. He goes to Yale. He's a very good player on the Yale football team, but after about 1920, the Yale football team was not this dynastic program. He's drafted in the 10th round for Miami. The conventional wisdom is this is sort of a fun thing to put on a resume before I go to business school.
I was originally drafted by the Miami Dolphins and ruptured my lung, and it was on my way to New York to become a baby banker. And instead I got picked up by my hometown team, the Chicago Bears, and played for 12 years. Coming to the Chicago Bears, there's one person that I owe my career to, and that's Doug Plank. Doug was the star of the defense when I got here, and he taught me basically how to play safety. And that was to play with absolute abandonment, and I became a much more physical player.
Plank teaches him how to play with this devil-may-care abandon. He learns the black arts of football and becomes this absolute assassin, this aggressive player who's feared by other teams and fearless when he goes after receivers.
And still to this day, he's the all-time leader for the Bears for interceptions. Fencik suffers an injury in 1979 that puts things in perspective for him. He's able to keep playing after the injury, but it gave him pause and reminded him that football isn't going to last forever, and that he needed to prepare for his second life.
I had a mentor at the time who was a president of a Fortune 500 company who came in the day after my surgery and said, you know, I know this may not be a great time to talk about it, but I think you should really seriously think about business school. And I think I asked for some more morphine.
So imagine this today. Gary Fencik is this linchpin player, one of these defensive stalwart starter on the Chicago Bears Super Bowl team, but 2 nights a week he's leaving practice and going to study for his MBA.
Certainly 12 years with a great group of guys. I learned a lot about myself, and I think I had a better idea of what I wanted to do when I got out of football. I'd worked in real estate during the last few off seasons, started in that area, and I was recruited into something I'd never heard of called asset management. And today, you know, fortunately, there was a guy who gave me a call, gave me a chance, and led me to what I think is a very exciting career.
So these days, this all-pro safety, ex-NFL player, is a hit in the business world. He's a partner at a PE firm that has $25 billion in assets under management, 130 employees, and he's been doing it for almost 20 years.
Now that I've been out of football and in a management position, you do look back and realize that there's a lot of commonality between success in professional sports and with the Chicago Bears and what I do today. I think I've always been aggressive. I've always, been very competitive. We have different strategies within private equity. Everybody just wants to win. Probably the biggest thing that I didn't really appreciate when I was playing football that is so true in business is how important the culture of the organization that you're a part of really defines your success. I was honored to play on that great '85 team, and it wasn't just having Mike Ditka and Buddy Ryan as coaches or Walter Payton and Jim McMahon, but the one thing that Ditka and Buddy Ryan, and I think we all embraced, was when you get on the field, you represent the Chicago Bears, and that means something. I mean, I loved every year, win or lose, I loved playing football. There is no feeling anywhere close, at least in business, that's close to the success and the joy that I felt when we won the Super Bowl. That changed not just my life and the Bears, it changed Chicagoans' lives. And so to be a part of that history, it's hard to expect that you're going to find that type of joy in a business setting.
One thing that's ironic about Fencik, he was this brutal, fearsome player, but there was a real humility to him. And what he realized was that some players have a hard time when their playing career is over. They've got to start over. They've got to go to school at 30, even 40. That can be tough. And he had none of that ego. Even when he played, he was a business school student. When he left football, he had no problem in trainee programs. And there are a lot of lessons from football that carry over, and a lot of the mentality that he used in the secondary when he played for the Chicago Bears, he's using now with billions of dollars under management in a private equity shop.
When we win a mandate, I don't have 70,000 people cheering. That's for sure. Wish we did, but we don't.